Hey guys, uh, good morning. Come across an interesting story this morning. Um, USA Today: microplastics have been found in air, water, food, and not human blood. Um, I used to be really into this when I was younger. Um, atrazine in the water and stuff like that. I was into, like I said, plastics. I was into, them showing that sperm counts had been damaged since the last 50 years. They've definitely been damaged. There's proof of that now. And I just stopped following this stuff. It was not interesting to me at all. Microplastics have been an issue of great interest for quite a while, and I've been hearing there about how um, you have microplastics that are found in the deepest oceans, Mariana Trench, that even on mountaintops they're finding like microplastic blowing around. That we're all affected by it. It's all over. It's all around. It's in the food. Not to speak of how much food that we ingest, food and drink that has contact with plastics. Um, it is an issue of um, indefinite duration. It's not an issue that we can deal with easily because there's so much of it around us already. Um, I think that one thing I used to be into is the European Union having a program called it's called Reach, and they've been very thorough about investigations of plastics. They've been very thorough about pesticides. Been very thorough about what we call endocrine disruptors. Um, and you've just seen how they lead the world, the industrialized world, in investigating such matters. In America, this is not an issue that's even talked about at all. Um, this is separate from the discussion of climate change. This is separate of the discussion about how these plastics and stuff affected the environment. I'm talking about how these chemicals affect the body. I remember years ago hearing like they're very small amounts. Now we know these are extremely toxic even in small amounts. That doesn't make it any better. There's still an issue. um, this is another one of those issues that um, I'm looking at the world today from eyes I had 10 years ago, and it's I don't know. It's kind of like you had a prediction and it was right. The prediction you heard was right, and no one cares. Yeah, it's like this thing is gonna happen, and then it does, and there's no outrage, and nothing will change. The issue with Teflon. I remember hearing back in like 13 about Teflon being in people's urine, like everybody's urine, and how it's in the fast food, and like you hear no more about that. Like, what does that mean? What does Teflon do to the body? And it's the same thing with this uh, plastic in the blood. We don't. What does this mean? Here's one more I forgot about. They found microplastics in babies, in infants, and that's something that concerned me. But once again, you heard nothing. You heard nothing about. I've been meaning to do a video of microplastics for quite a while, and this was a wake up call. They put a positive ending with choices. With research, we can make informed choices. A lot of steps they can take each day to reduce exposure. BS. That's BS. Um, this is the difference between me in 2013 and me now in 2022. What individuals do means nothing. What you, I, or anyone else does in to reduce plastic use in our life means nothing. It comes down to corporations. It comes down to legislation. It comes down to policy. And it comes down to governments, state and federal, holding corporations and influence people, holding them responsible. That's a move society, not plastic straws and trips to Hawaii. That's not it. And what's worse, when you make it that way, a lot of folks aren't going to participate. That's the right wing stuff of they're trying to, because the right can always say, look at these stars flying around their planes. We're talking about climate change, but they're saying we can't fly. If you make it about individuals, individual choice, that can always be twisted around. The issue has got to be about the white shoe boys, and the issue has always got to be about uh, the science and what did they. I mean, this when I saw this morning, my first thought was, this is probably one of those things they've known about for decades. They probably knew this a decade ago at least, that microplastics are in the body. Now the question next is, what does this create? Does this create health problems? Does this mess with the organs? What does this do? Uh, this is another one of those issues, as I said before, that I'm pretty sure they knew about. It's like Chevron with climate change. They knew about it. And it'll come out and nothing will change. Thanks for listening.